Hello, my name is Carlos Tricino, and I will be your Spanish teacher for the Kern Learn program for Spanish level 1, 2, and 3. You should have already began the Kern Learn program this past week on August 17th, 18th, and 19th, doing your orientation and learning the different apps and the different techniques that will help you be successful in the Kern Learn program. A little bit about me. My name is Senor Stracino, or you can also call me Mr. Stracino. I have been teaching for 16 years. My BA is from UCLA. I graduated in Spanish. And then I have a master's degree also in Spanish from CSUB. Recently, I just obtained a second master's degree from USC in teaching. So all that second master's degree was online. So I have something in common with you, and I understand the experience of taking a class online and what it requires and how it's different from regular brick and mortar classroom where you're there in person. So I can really help you learn the ins and outs of being a great student online. My background is that I am Colombian, my mother's Colombian, and my father is Italian. My father was a teacher as well. He's a language teacher, and he has inspired me to become a teacher. I come from a big family, 12 brothers and sisters. Out of the 12, about 7 are teachers, and then the rest are different professions like pediatrician, lawyer, and business. And there's some other professions that they work in as well, which I'll let you know at a later time. I have a big family, so I can't pinpoint every single person, but most of us are teachers. My mother is Colombian, so she helped me learn Spanish. That's her first language, is her native language, and that's where I learned my Spanish. But later on, when I went to school, I improved my Spanish because I took Spanish in high school and then in college, and then also traveled abroad to Spain for 2 years, and I lived there, and I think that's where I improved my Spanish the most. My wife is also from Guatemala, and that's her Spanish is her first language, but she knows Spanish and English fluently, and we have traveled to Guatemala also to visit her grandparents and her family there, and it was a great experience, and I really loved it. What I like to do in my free time is read, write, and ride a bike. I have high expectations for everybody. I believe that you can do it. I know that you are all smart, and I don't want you to think differently. Everyone has different capacities of doing well, and I know that you will be successful. You just need to try. So no, I can't. Only I will and I can, and then you'll be able to be successful. You have to put positive things in your mind. So your ideas are like seeds, and then your mind is like a field. If you put a bad seed in your mind, then that will grow. But if you put a good seed in your mind as well, then that will grow. So we got to try to put only positive things in our mind so we can be successful. What are procedures? Procedures are put in place for our classroom so you will know what is expected of you on a daily basis. This will allow us to learn Spanish more efficiently in our class. But since we're not in a regular classroom, it's an online course, then a lot of the procedures you're going to be doing on your own. So you have to be disciplined, and you have to be mature enough to know when to do your work and be on top of all your assignments. So you're going to have to create a daily time when you're going to be working on Spanish, history, math, science, and so forth. So you split up your schedule and organize yourself. There are also some procedures you already learned in the orientation, like I was talking about before. Some of those procedures were how to use Google Apps, for example, Google Docs and Google Forms, maybe a PowerPoint presentation. I know that in the orientation they talked about CamScam and uploading documents. So those are all procedures that you need to know as well for all the classes in Kern Learn. Since this is an online class, everything will be done in modules. The classwork and the assignments will be in sequential order. Okay, and I'll explain that a little bit more on the next slide. So here we have an example of a module, the first module, the introductory module. So when I say sequential order is that you can't jump around from point A, welcome, bienvenidos, to one of these discussion assignments. You have to do everything in order. And then I changed it. I put mark as done, so when you view it, all of these are gonna have to mark as done. So make sure you've done it. Don't wait for the last minute to do all your work, because it's gonna be more difficult for you and also for me to grade. Try to do as best as possible every day. Some assignments, I believe all these will be turned in August 26th. So you have 1 week on Friday. You should have completed and done the first module. So you can't jump from A to Z. You have to do everything in order, in sequence. That's what that means. Sequential is doing everything in sequence. So do the welcome, then you go getting to know you, why study Spanish, watch these videos regarding the importance of learning Spanish. So that's what I mean by that. Web conferencing. We will be using web conferencing to communicate for the most part. Each student must attend a 30-minute individual session, one-on-one web conferencing 2 times per month. There will be an hour webinar each week for your class to review what we are learning. So more details will be given throughout the year. Okay, but I'll show you in the next slides where you can sign up for those. So here we have our individual web conferencing with Canvas or Google Hangouts. Students will be required to meet for 10 individual web conferencing per semester, approximately 2 times per month. So you go to the syllabus and you find this section, and there's a link here that you have to press. Then once you press it, it'll take you here, and here's a calendar. So Spanish calendar for individual appointments via web conferencing, Google Hangouts. Look at the calendar for events and click on the links below to schedule required individual web conferencing. So you'll click on this link, and once you click on it, it'll take you to this page, and you're probably going to have to sign in as well. So you'll see what appointment is best for you. I suggest doing all your appointments now, and then if there's any changes, you can do that later. Weekly webinars. For review and practice, optional, but it will be counted in your participation. Spanish 1 is Mondays 8 to 9. So it will be a webinar, and hopefully the web conferencing with Canvas will work. Hopefully it will send you an email. If not, then we'll figure something else out. It'll probably be a little bit rocky the first couple weeks figuring things out and seeing which software will work better. But I think that I'm going to try to stick with the web conferencing with Canvas. And then if not, we'll go to Google Hangouts. And depending on how many students attend each session. Okay? So for Spanish 1 will be Mondays 8 to 9. Spanish 2 will be Tuesdays 8 to 9 in the morning. And then Spanish 3 will be Wednesdays 8 to 9 in the morning. And then all classes Fridays will be opened up 8 to 9 in the morning. So all classes can, and all students can enter during that time, and during the Google Hangouts or web conferencing to, if you have any questions or having difficulties with assignments. Weekly instructional walk-in support hours. These hours will be for support and are optional. However, you will need to eventually come into these hours in order to take your tests and quizzes. Mount Vernon site is Monday 9 to 10, and then 1 p.m. to 2 p.m. The district office Kern Learn site is Wednesdays 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. and then 1 p.m. to 2 p.m. Okay, I will be only at the Mount Vernon site on Mondays and Tuesdays. Then the rest of the week, Wednesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays, I'll be at the district Kern Learn Central. Procedures for support days. Support hours are to be used for taking tests, tutoring, and getting caught up on work. On Mondays and Tuesdays, the support hour, I will be in the Mount Vernon site, but only the support hours are going to be on Mondays for that. Okay? Just look at your syllabus and that if you have any questions or any doubts. You will need to be responsible and organized. If you know what you need for help or you're behind a test, please attend the support hours. More information regarding these hours will be given as we progress throughout the year. Do your best never to miss your online individual sessions, one-on-ones, and webinars. I understand we get sick sometimes, but if you do, then we can reschedule it. Because the one-on-ones are very important. This is where you're going to be practicing your language with me, and I can tell what you're learning and what can you do to get better at learning Spanish. Organize yourself. Have a calendar. A personal organizer can help you. Use support hours to come in person for help and take your tests. Please have good communication with me, and we can help you get caught up. Email me or phone call me if you need help. You will have a workbook in this class. One is a workbook is a guided practice and also has a core practice. The guided helps you review grammar concepts and vocabulary. The core has practice activities that help you reinforce your learning. Most homework will be given from the core practice and some will also be given from the guided. Please keep extra pencils and notebook in your paper so you will be prepared to write or take notes. This is how the textbook and workbook looks for Spanish, level 1 and 2. So I understand that you may have gotten the wrong book. So for Spanish level 1 and level 2, you should have this book. So it should be purple. It might have a different cover. It might not look like this cover with this girl on it. It might have this cover. That's okay. It's the same book. Just as long as you make sure it's purple. So for Spanish level 1, we're going to only be going up to 5B for the whole year. So we'll split the book in half. In Spanish level 2, we do the second half of this book. Okay, so make sure you have this book for Spanish level 1 and level 2. If you did get the wrong book, take it back and exchange it for the right one. For Spanish level 3, you should have this book. Okay, either has this cover with this guy on it, or it could have this picture right here. Okay, both are the same book. They just have, sometimes they have two different editions. Which one has this guy on it, or the other one has this cover. Your workbook should look like this. It's a blue color. So this is for level 3. So Safe Zone is saying that everybody is positive and cooperating with each other. I know we're not in a regular classroom, so you won't be seeing all students all the time, but just make sure that you are positive to everybody and you don't say anything negative, especially on social media, and put anything that's negative towards other people. We want to put only positive things and help each other to be successful. We are a team in this class, and we want to cooperate with everybody. Finally, I'm so happy to be here with you. You're all important to me. Hablo español. Si usted necesita ayuda, pregúntame. I speak Spanish. If you need help, ask me. And then, just email me. Look on the syllabus for my contact information, and I'll be happy to help you. I think we will have a great and wonderful year. Thank you very much.